Okay, so I'm here with Steve Sell from Free Credit Report, and look, one of the things we're going to go over today is personal loans. Now, most people get a personal loan from time to time, and it's an area that's got a few little twists and turns. So let me just ask first of all, what's the maximum loan amount for a personal loan?
Okay, for an unsecured personal loan, the maximum is 40,000, and that can be spread over up to 7 years.
Okay, so does the interest rate vary depending on whether it's secured or unsecured?
Yes, a secured loan will be cheaper than an unsecured loan, and the interest rates vary depending on your personal details. So the stronger you are, better credit score, asset backing, you're going to get a lower rate than someone that's renting and doesn't have a higher credit score.
Okay, but they'll still be able to get a loan, just might be the interest rate might be slightly different.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
Okay, fair enough. So what's the maximum loan term for a personal loan?
7 years.
7 years, and minimum?
12 months.
12 months, okay, all right. And what things can I borrow for on a personal loan?
Okay, most legal purposes, so that covers most things.
Okay.
But people buy older cars that don't fit a car loan, a normal car loan, maybe for swimming pool, spa pool, home improvements, those type of things.
Okay, so all right, so let's just say I've got a few credit cards hanging around that I'd like to get cleared up, and maybe I'm paying 17% or 14 or whatever the banksters are charging this month. Can I sort of get that into a personal loan, with maybe borrowing for something else, and get it all in one payment? Is that something I can do?
Sure. You must have a good bank, Neville, because most people are paying 21 plus on their credit cards. But yes, consolidating debt's a popular way to use a personal loan, in that multiple payments can be bundled into one loan, and unlike a credit card, each payment you pay reduces the loan, and you've got a definite time period to pay it off in.
Look, this is a bit of a curveball question for you. What's sort of the average credit card amount that people look to consolidate? I mean,
look, that varies from person to person, but $20,000 on one card, 5 on another, 3 on a store card, that type of thing's not unusual.
Okay, so it could be $20,000-$30,000 people
Absolutely.
have got out there,
Yeah.
and if they're paying 21%, that's like $4,200 a year in interest, right?
Well, I think the biggest thing, Neville, is people look at the minimum payments on their credit card, and if they do that, on their statements, it'll tell them how many years it will take to pay it off. And if you pay the minimum payment, often it can be decades before you pay it off. Whereas with a personal loan, you've got one payment, and the maximum amount of time to pay it off is 7 years.
Okay, all right. So, in terms of percentages, and I know it depends on your credit, how your credit rating is, and your circumstances, but what sort of range of a personal loan percentage are we looking at?
Okay, they can range from 9.9 to 29.9%. So there's a big range there, and that does entirely depend on your personal details.
Okay, so let's say you had a job and you were just, you didn't have any bad credit score or whatever, you might be sort of towards the 9% range.
Yes.
Is that sort of right? So essentially, if you're paying 21% on your credit cards,
You can make a saving in that regard, as well as paying it off over a set period.
so my maths is a little bit rusty because I haven't been to school for a while, but that sounds like 12%.
Yes.
So if you had like 30,000 and that was 12% difference between 21 and 9, that's like 3,600 a year.
It's not quite like that, but yes, it makes a huge difference.
Yeah, okay, all right. Well, I said I was a bit rusty, so yeah, sorry about that. And look, what if I've never borrowed before?
Okay. Once again, it comes back to if you haven't borrowed, it comes back to your personal details, stability in job, stability address, and your income.
Okay, fair enough. All right, so if someone wants to get a personal loan, what do they do?
Okay, you can start by having a look at freecreditreport.com.au. Now, that doesn't leave or damage your credit score, and that will determine where we could go to get you a loan, or you can call us on 1800 100 100.
All right, well, I'm sure people looking for personal loans, that's going to be very helpful for them. Thanks very much, Steve.